you or your kids are terrified to lose, here would be the fix. You want to find partners in practices that they cannot beat or that you cannot beat. And then you grab those partners. But let's say it's someone that you know you can't beat. And people say, you can beat anybody if you put your mind to it. Not true, right? If you're a first-year JV wrestler, you're not going to beat a two-time high school world champion. You're just not, okay? And you can say, well, I can only deadlift 110 pounds. If I put my mind to it, I can deadlift 210 pounds. No, you can't. So that's just all garbage, right? You can only do what you can do. And now how can we do better? So what you do is you wrestle someone that you know that beats you, and you show up to practice, because that's the hard part, is getting mentally ready for a match that you know you're not going to win. That's the issue. Okay, so I say, I have to close the gap, and that's what we call it. Close the gap, close the gap, close the gap. So I'm gonna grab kids in practice that I know I can't beat, and then I'm gonna set a goal to do better. It might only be scoring one takedown. It might only be not getting turned. It might be I set a goal, to score 3 takedowns and to ride them out, depending upon how bad they are already beating me. So I kind of take the win-loss out of it, and I take the scariness out of it, and we like to say what? Keep almost in your mind, or even on paper, when you have your hit list, you keep 2 columns. There's a win-loss column, and then, a close the gap column. So if you've beaten me by 12 points the past 3 practices, and this practice you only beat me by 6, I can feel good about that. That's kind of like a win. Even though, so in wrestling, you're either a winner or you're a big fat loser. We have to take that out of the equation. The lucky ones are like track and cross country, because they have a PR, personal record. They can say, well, I didn't qualify for state, but I shaved, 3 seconds off of my mile time. They have something to grasp onto that is exciting, and that gives them sort of a foothold. It's a momentum that carries them into the off season of training. They're excited. So we have to do that in wrestling. So that would be my advice. Then you say, I've learned this skill that Nick taught me. That's very awesome. I'm going to do that in a match. Yes. So you go to a tournament and you have some wrestler that you maybe know is way out of your league. Then guess what happens? You take the same mindset, and you're going to be surprised, because you're going to win some of these matches in practice, because you're probably better than you thought you were. You're probably leaving points on the table. You're probably getting discouraged, losing by bigger scores, and you're probably going to understand that, hey, I'm starting to beat some of these people. Maybe I had too much respect for them. Maybe my fear factor was worse than I thought, and I was just so worked up the hour or 2 before the match that I'm going out there half capable, because I've worn myself out. So it's just a lot of wonderful things that can take place. So you definitely want to share this with your wrestlers. Start implementing this as a strategy. We've been using it since 1999 when I started our academy. And I could probably, if I sat down, come up with 100 names of kids. So how do you mentally prepare for a match that you know you can't win? Boom, now you know. Subscribe, share this, go deep with us. Follow Purler Wrestling. Check out PurlerWrestling.com. Save it to your home screen of your phone. Every time you think about wrestling, go to PurlerWrestling.com. We've got stuff going year-round at our facility, and even online training. Kids training, 600-700 kids a week are training with us online year-round. Girls programs year-round. You name it. Love to help you guys. Wish you great great success.